The US and the UK have authorized Ukraine to use long-range missiles to strike targets inside Russia. Specifically, the US has allowed Ukraine to use the Army Tactical Missile System, ATACMS, which has a range of up to 190 miles. The UK has provided Ukraine with Storm Shadow missiles, which have a range of around 155 miles. Storm Shadow missiles provided by the UK to Ukraine are air-launched cruise missiles designed for precision strikes. They are typically mounted on aircraft and can be fired from long distances, allowing them to hit high-value targets with great accuracy while keeping the launching aircraft out of harm's way. These missiles have been used to target strategic locations within Russia, marking a significant escalation in the conflict. While Biden's recent decisions have certainly contributed to the escalation, it's important to recognize that the broader Western alliance has also been involved in shaping the course of the conflict. Animosity towards Russia has been a recurring theme in many US administrations. However, it's important to note that it was the US and the West who breached several agreements with Russia. This began with the unification of Germany, when Russia demanded no eastward expansion of the European Union and NATO. It is necessary to review the reassurances then US Secretary of State James A. Baker made to former Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev during a meeting on February 9, 1990. In a discussion on the status of a reunited Germany, the two men agreed that NATO would not extend past the territory of East Germany, a promise repeated by NATO's Secretary General in a speech on May 17th that same year in Brussels.
I'm first here to symbolize the hand of friendship which we extend and to discuss with him our message to the Soviet Union, which is a message of cooperation. Thank you.
Despite assurances given to Soviet leaders during the reunification of Germany that NATO would not expand, the Clinton administration supported the inclusion of former Warsaw Pact countries and former Soviet republics into NATO. This move was perceived by Russia as a direct threat to its security and a breach of trust. In addition to that, the US military interventions in the Balkans, particularly in Bosnia and Kosovo, were also points of contention. Russia, which has historical and cultural ties to the region, viewed these interventions as Western encroachments on its sphere of influence. The NATO bombing of Yugoslavia in 1999, in particular, was seen as a blatant disregard for Russian interests. On the other hand, the Obama administration openly supported the protests against Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych, who was seen as pro-Russian. US officials, including Assistant Secretary of State Victoria Nuland, were actively involved in supporting the opposition. The US provided significant financial aid to Ukraine, which was used to support democratic institutions and civil society. Critics argue that this aid was aimed at promoting regime change. Russia responded to Ukraine's use of US-supplied long-range missiles by launching a new intermediate-range ballistic missile called the Oreshnik. This missile, which can travel at hypersonic speeds, was fired at a military facility in Dnipro, Ukraine. President Vladimir Putin stated that this missile is capable of reaching speeds of Mach 10 and is designed to be difficult to intercept. The launch was seen as a direct response to the escalation in the conflict, with Russia warning that it could use such weapons against any country that supports Ukraine with military aid. The critical question is, why does the US maintain such a rigid stance against Russia? Moreover, why is there substantial opposition whenever a shift in foreign policy towards Russia is proposed? Thank you for watching. Please share your comments below and follow us on Decipher Magazine.